Hey BookTube, what's up? It's Tori. Today I'm coming to you guys with another book tag. Because today is the 4th of July, happy 4th of July to anybody who's watching this from the United States, I decided that I want to do the 4th of July book tag. So, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so the first question is to name 3 books that you have read, one red, one white, and one blue. And so for the red book, I have The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. For the white, I have Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes. And for the blue, I decided to go with Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Next up would be a book that has your favorite ragtag band of revolutionaries. And for that, I picked Glass Sword from the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard, because this features the Scarlet Guard, and not only are they one of my favorite bands of revolutionaries that I've read about so far, they're also called the Scarlet Guard, and I decided red, since it's 4th of July, it was perfect, so it fit. Next up is to show a book that takes place in one of the original 13 colonies, and for this I decided to go with Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, because when it starts off in New York, and that's where a good first bit of it takes place, and then after that she's time traveling through different eras that would kind of be like around the same area, but not. But the beginning does take place in New York, so that fit the bill. Number 4, it is to show a book that takes place in England. And for this, I picked Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. It does take place in England, and this is such a cute book. It's also very sad, but it's very cute, and I highly, highly recommend this. I just read it last month, and the feels. It's time for fireworks. Next up is to show a book that ends with a bang. And for this, I decided to go with Illuminae by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This entire book was a big bang, basically. Everything, there were twists and turns everywhere, and the ending just blew my mind, and it set up perfectly for the next book in the series. I'm speechless when it comes to this book. It's just that good to me. It's so far one of my favorite books that I have read. That, especially in 2015, it was my favorite book in 2015. And the 6th and final point of this tag is to show 3 books that you have not read, but you want to read. One of them is red, one white, and one blue. And so for my red book, I have Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. I believe this is another Beauty and the Beast retelling. And my friend Macy had it, and I happened to see it when I was at the bookstore the other day, and so I picked it up. The book that is white is H2O by Virginia Bergen. I picked this up a while back, and I just never got to it. It has something to do with acid rain. I like how the cover's got little holes in it. And I don't really know too much about this book, but it was more of a cover buy, and I had read the back, and it's got something to do with a girl named Ruby who survives this blight of acid rain that comes down, and all it really says is that it warned the residents of the town that it was in the rain, that the rain is fatal, and that's all the summary really says about it. So I'm actually pretty excited to get into this. And finally, the book that I want to read that is blue would be The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. This is the second book that follows The Wrath in the Dawn, and it has to do with, it's kind of like a retelling or a different take on the old story, 1,000 Arabian Nights, sort of like that, where a king every night takes a different wife and kills her so that way he can remarry the next day. And Shahrazad, who's the main protagonist of The Wrath in the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger, decides that after her best friend was killed, she was going to take the place of the king's wife. But when she doesn't die, when she isn't dead the next morning, it leaves questions and it leads into a whole adventure, and I'm super excited to see what's going to go on in The Rose and the Dagger. That is it for the 4th of July book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching, and happy Independence Day! Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know some ideas for other tags that you want me to do. See you guys in the next video. Bye!